It's Filmmaker Friday. Today on Filmmaker Friday, I'd like to talk briefly about coverage. So you've got the perfect script, you've got your cast, you've got your crew, and after you have your location and you have everything set, you've done rehearsals with the actors, you're happy with everything else, the next thing you need to think about is coverage. Coverage is the footage that you'll need to tell the story of your film. One of the things to think about is making sure that you capture basic coverage. Basic coverage includes an establishing shot, which is normally a really wide shot that sets the scene and also sets the characters in the scene. And then after you've got an establishing shot, you'll want to come in with a wide shot on one of your actors, followed by a medium and then a close-up. One of the reasons I like to go from a wide to a medium to a close-up is that process gives the actor more time to work with the dialogue. It gives the actor time to work with their partner in the scene. And then as a director, pretty much every time we run a take, that gives me a chance to give them notes or give them feedback on how I felt about the performance. Then after you have coverage of your main actor, you'll want to go back and do a wide on whoever else is in the scene, followed by a medium and then close-up. And again, the same basic principle applies. You know, the more takes that an actor gets to do, the more different things they get to try out, the more as a director you can fine-tune the performance to basically fit your vision of how you see the film taking place. One of the reasons that you want to focus on one actor followed by the other is that when you do the shift from covering one actor to the other, you know, a lot of times there's adjustments with the lighting and other things on the set. And so you want to make sure that you have all the coverage for your first actor before you move on to the second. With the basic coverage, you should be able to go through your script and then edit the footage, and you'd have something cohesive that you could share and that you'd be, you know, comfortable sharing, and something that would tell the story of the film or the story of that scene. But then as a director, there are always little flares that you like to put in. You know, like maybe there's a specific angle, or maybe there's a insert that you need, or maybe maybe you want to do a two-shot with the actors, or maybe you want to do extreme close-ups on the actors or an extreme wide shot. After you have your basic coverage, as long as you have time in the day, you can do the other shots that you might want as a director. With all of this, one of the most important things is to have a storyboard. For my scripts, when I'm on set, I like to have the entire script storyboarded. A lot of times that'll just be me roughing out sketches, you know, basically with practically stick figures. But the storyboards are enough where I can communicate with my director of photography, and where I can communicate with the actors and other people on set, so that when they see the storyboard, they have an idea of what I see in my head and how I want the scene to play out, or how I want the shot to look. Coverage is also a way of giving your audience information and at times withholding information from your audience. For example, you could enter a scene and you could enter a scene using extreme close-ups. So this would give the audience the mood of a scene, and it would give them a sense of where they are, but they wouldn't know what the larger world is until you go to a wider shot or you go to a medium shot on either the actor or the scene. Going with a wider shot for the opening of a scene helps to establish the layout of where the scene is taking place. It also gives the audience a sense of where the actors are in the space and where they are in relationship to each other. So that was another Filmmaker Friday. Again, you know, basic coverage, go from a establishing shot to a wide shot on your first actor, to a medium, to a close-up, followed up by, you know, your second actor, And once you have your basic coverage, then if you've got time in the day, you know, make sure that you have something to shoot. And if you don't, then call it a wrap.